The previous life stage that I was in was adolescence, and that life stage would help me navigate that stage of life was embracing who I was, and then also learning how to be okay with the flaws and the things that I felt like I didn't like about myself. I think what I needed in that stage was probably more support and more navigation through the different traumas and things that I went through in life. Losing a parent at a young age, it was hard for me to talk to people and feel comfortable talking to people about the things that I've went through. And I definitely think that that trauma followed me into my next stage of life of emerging young adulthood because I didn't deal with those traumas that I had as a child and adolescence. And I didn't really figure out those things until I got older. So just having a support system or a therapist or somebody to really talk to and really go into those traumas and how that really affected me. What I learned through this course was that in young adulthood that a lot of people don't have fully developed brains, that their brains are still working as if they're in adolescence. And that makes sense because a lot of people in my age range, I see them make certain decisions that you would think that they're still in adolescence, but it makes sense because that their brain hasn't fully developed all the way. And but also another one is that a lot of people in my age range nowadays are getting married earlier and having children earlier, and that also makes sense because a lot of people that I did go to high school with are getting married earlier as I am and having children earlier as I am as well. So it really makes sense that it's a shift in the people in my um, age range or stage of life and the changes that are coming about. It really does reference back to the things that I'm personally going through or personally dealing with. One thing that I acquired in this course was that learning how to fully be inclusive, but not just I'm inclusive, but it's just not about the words that you use, but it's also about creating an environment that's inclusive where people feel comfortable to talk to you and people feel comfortable to engage in speaking about their traumas and things that they're going through and just making sure that your language is correct, but also you do your research, but also make a comfortable environment where people feel safe. And I think that's very important in my career as being a psychologist because you really do have to make sure that you're making sure that your client feels comfortable enough to even share the things that they're going through or the traumas that they dealt with, and they're not triggered by things you say or things you do or your body language. I think that's very important, and I'm glad that I acquired that skill and learned the importance of that.